I had to write down my speech. It's a year today since George Floyd was murdered, as Sanya said earlier. It signified the beginning of a world mobilisation of voices to say enough is enough. I stood on the stage then, as I did. Stood on the stage then, as I do now, as a voice for those who are not being heard. People call me an activist. I'm not an activist. I just speak out against injustice, as we all should. A voice for those who are not being heard, a voice for the children living in fear, a voice for the children who have been murdered, a voice for their parents. Silence is the deadliest form of violence. Saying nothing and burying people's head when people bury their heads in the sand, it doesn't help us. That's part of the problem. Palestine is suffering. There's a blatant violation of international law, and the violence and violation of human rights in Palestine is a threat to all humanity. We must speak up. It's funny because I'm standing around here today and I'm looking at the amount of brown and black faces, and today there's very few white faces, but for those of you who are here, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see you, and I've spoken to most of you as well, just to say thank you for turning up and thank you for being allies. Yeah, but it's up to you to use your platforms as well and have those conversations around the dinner table with your colleagues and keep championing us and keep speaking out against racism. Because this racism is systemic, it's endemic, and it permeates every single institution, every single day. That's what this is about. This is what this whole thing in Palestine is about. This is what George Floyd was about. It's about racism. The systematic oppression of one racial group over another, and it must be called out. We must unite in our fight to make change. And it's great that we're all here today. A mixture of cultures and of countries, and it shows that what we can do when we get together. So yeah, black, brown and white, we've got to stand together. We've got to mobilise, because there's strength in numbers. Yeah, that's strength in numbers, and that is how we are going to make a change. Finished. Protests seem to be the only way that they hear us, and we're going to have to keep doing this until they stand up and they make a change. It's the government. We need to call out our leaders. We need to call out our MPs. There's no point in just standing there and doing the talk. You've got to walk the damn walk. Nelson Mandela said, "We know too well that our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinians." We need to be free. They need to be free. We need to stand together. So the last thing I'm going to say is we have to stand up. Stand up, speak out, or sit down. All right.